Welcome everyone to another episode of Time for BL. This is the podcast where we review movies, TV shows, novels, and comics, all in the boys love genre. Episode 6. So I said, before I had gotten a chance to watch it, of course, that I believe by episode 6 is when everything would happen, when they would get together and all that stuff. I mean, we didn't exactly get that, but we got something. So episode 6 starts out with where we left off in episode 5. Episode 5, Pat and Pran had their first kiss, and Pran just walked away. He went to his room, he cried, and they needed to work out what they needed to talk about it, but Pran didn't want to talk about it. Pat really wanted to talk about it. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with episode 6 because it was so cringy for me. Why it became cringy was Pran asked to be left alone, and Pat, of course, didn't leave him alone. Just basically kind of tried his best to always be where Pran is, to force him in a situation where they have to talk. And that was just so cringy for me. And I get it. Like, it's a trope in TV. It's a show. We're going to have something like that to move the story along. And they had the conversation they needed to have, in a sense. And in the end, it comes down to both of them just being so stubborn, neither of them wanting to admit their feelings, and instead making it a competition. Let's see who falls in love first. But I still enjoyed the episode, no matter how cringy it was. And I'm really like, why needs a life? Why is like so annoyed with Pat in this episode? But it's also Pran's fault why is so annoyed with Pat. Why doesn't know that Pat lives in the same building. He doesn't know that they've known each other for years, all this stuff. And because Pran is so scared to let his friends know the truth. Well, they're both, like, Pat was drunk when he said, tell him. So I don't think it really counts, because I think with how drunk he was, like, he just, like, out of it, obviously. But I think Pran is so scared to let his friends know the truth. I think Pat is still slightly scared to let his friends know the truth, but he's also getting to a point where he's over it and just wants to, like, just admit we know each other and move on. But of course, they're still going to have a struggle with their parents. We saw that with how Pran's mother reacted to Pat knocking on the door. And I guess that's his older brother who had to run out and collect the package for him. This is our first time being introduced to him, I believe. I don't remember seeing him in any of the other episodes, and I really need to rewatch already. This is why I like binging shows. I don't like waiting weekly to watch an episode. I like binging right there up front, because that way I can know exactly what happened and everything, and I already have the whole story together. Yeah, I'm watching weekly because the show is good. But yeah, I guess that's his older brother. One thing I'm not sure of, so I really need to rewatch it. I felt like there was a character who was played by a different actor, and then they switched back to the other actor. So I need to watch again, because maybe like his hair was just different, so I didn't recognize him. But I swear it looked like two different actors at one point, which is very possible, because it looked, like I said, it looks like they shot this before quarantine and COVID happened and the regulations that are taking place, and then with waiting to finally get to shoot the full show, they had to switch up some actors, it looks like. And if that is the case, it is possible they recycled footage that they couldn't reshoot for whatever reason. That's a very plausible thing to happen. And I'm not going to hold that against them, because I get it. COVID restrictions are crazy, and trying to film with COVID restrictions can be very hard. So I honestly will not hold that against them. I will not count that as like a point against them. It makes sense. Is there anything else that really stood out to me? This might end up being a really short episode, because like I haven't seen anything so far that really makes me upset, or really just has me like, all right, this show is bogus and cussing. This show, when I watch it, honestly, it does remind me a lot of Sodas, the series. I think I've mentioned that before, because I'm a huge fan of Sodas. Sodas has its cringy moments too, but this show, it's really good. It reminds me of Sodas in the good ways, and a lot of the good things that Sodas did and achieved. The only thing I'm really worried about, because they did this in Sodas and I didn't like it, where Kong Pop said he's not attracted to men, he's only attracted to RT. I don't totally hate that, but it is a trope in Thai BL to not have someone just outright say that they are gay, bi, pan, whatever, demi. They have to be like, oh no, I'm straight, but this guy, and it's almost every single Thai BL that does this. So
incoming call, press you can.
Sorry about that. So yeah, with like the series, like I was saying, a Thai BL series don't seem to want to call someone gay. It's always they are straight, but they like this one guy, and I guess it's because it's supposed to be sexy. I don't know, but like there's this movie called The No Kiss List. I believe it stars Victoria Justice, and in it the male main character and her ex-boyfriend ended up getting together, and the ex-boyfriend calls his mom and comes out to her, and she's like, well, does this mean you're gay now? And he goes, no, I'm not gay, but I'm also not straight. And it's him like trying to figure out exactly what he is, because he's still attracted to girls. He was dating a girl for a long time, and he's realized he's really attracted to this guy especially, and could be attracted to guys in general, and he just acknowledging the fact that he is not 100% straight, but he's also not 100% gay. And I'd really like to see that be the storyline in I forgot the name of the show, Bad Bunny, the series. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? But yeah, I would really love to see it be that, where maybe, I mean, Brandon's had a crush on Pat for years, so like maybe he's like, oh no, I definitely know I'm gay, and then maybe Pat going, well, I don't think I'm gay, but yeah, I'm not straight either, and that's okay. Like sometimes you end up reclassifying as you learn more about yourself, as you get to know yourself, and I'd like to hopefully that be it. I'd like to see that. It's really rare right now. Is it rare? Well, yeah, it's kind of rare to see in Thai BL, especially older Thai BL. Newer ones are doing a lot better right now. But where someone acknowledges their sexuality, acknowledges some sexual preferences. My engineer of the series, I think, did a really good job with a fanfic episode. They were fighting about the fanfic that was written about them. Yeah, I love this series so far so much. I'm really worried about something happening that really makes me go, oh, it's not that good. And that's what I'm worried about, because the series is really good. Like I said, like I've mentioned before, Sotas is my favorite Thai BL. It's like the top tier for me, with a lot of things. The acting, the storyline, everything. It's just such a good show that has kind of become the benchmark for me. Like, you have to be better than Sodas. You have to make me go, hey, Sodas ain't that great compared to this. And not many Thai BLs have had me look at Sodas and go, Well, actually, no. I don't think not many Thai BLs have made me look at Sodas and like question this or question that with Sodas. I think I'm trying to think like what has made me go, but it's not even in that way. Like I looked at Until We Meet Again, the series, and the only thing that made me go, oh, I like that better than Sodas was honestly just how caring and like the way they looked at each other, the way they talked to each other. Like even with Team and Win, like it was still like the looks. Like even when they were mean to each other, you could still tell Team really likes Win, and Win made him blush and all that stuff. So I was kind of like, oh, the enemies to lovers trope on, because with Until Meeting in the series, it didn't really feel like enemies to lovers is just two people who are really bad at flirting, or maybe really good at flirting, with Team and Win getting together. Maybe they were really good at flirting. They flirted in their own way. Versus on like, oh god, Sodas. I'm thinking about season 2, enemies to lovers with, I know I can't remember his name. Was it T? I just remember the actor is really adorable. But with the two of them like fighting about going to do the event, don't leave, just like get to know it, enjoy this, follow me to dinner, like all this stuff, and then in the end getting together, which was still cool, but it really it really was like, why are they even talking to each other? Just get away from each other at this point. But yeah, the enemies to lovers trope there, I think, was not as romantic as the one with Team Win, but mainly because Team and Win were kind of like the same in how they flirt with each other and were mean with each other, all that stuff. But anyway, with this series so far, though, comparing it to Sodas, I feel like it's not enemies to lovers, it's frenemies to lovers, because of course, like in that first episode when they see each other again, it's like, oh crap, you go here, and you can tell that they don't necessarily hate each other. They have to hate each other. Like their parents hate each other, and their faculties apparently hate each other too, so they have to hate each other, they have to fight, they have to do this, they have to do that, and it sucks. It really does suck. And you know, they're just always caught in this space where they have to go against each other. You're just like hoping that they finally get a moment where they can just be, and you kind of get that on the beach when they're playing, going back to episode 6, you kind of get that on the beach when they're playing in the water and play fighting and splashing each other and all that stuff. It was such a cute moment. You see them also in a moment together at the end, where Pat is flirting with Fran. He's like, oh, my boyfriend will come get me. Oh, your boyfriend, huh? Alright. And then telling him, hey, if you want some seaweed, you have to admit you like me and all this stuff. And then Pran doing what he did, I was like, yo, that is messy. But that was funny, and that was cute. That was a cute moment. There was a lot of, and it made me realize in between the episodes, there was a lot of heavy flirting between Pran and Pat. I wasn't sure if it was flirting or not, but I realized, especially after watching episode 6 and Pran saying, you can't keep doing this to me, or you gotta stop doing this to me, I can't remember exactly the line. Pat has been doing things that are so cute and adorable and flirty that poor Pran is like, I'm really liking you, please stop. Like, it's been happening for so long probably between them. With, you know, from him making a guitar pick with his ID picture for him in high school, and to even the kiss, it's like, I can see for Pran, it's just going, it's happening again. and I actually kind of feel sorry for him. It is such a refreshing show at the end of the day for me, because I think I definitely said that I'm tired of reviewing Thai BL, because like a lot of the ones I was seeing, they were just so rape is not love. But it is just so much cringe, so much horribleness, so much like, this is not romantic. There's nothing romantic about it just because it's two guys to make it romantic. That actually seeing this and being like, oh, that's actually kind of sweet. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty romantic. That's nice there. But like I said, in episode 6, I did get some cringe just because, you know, he said, leave me alone. And what does Pat do? He goes on the school trip. It annoys the hell out of Pran's friends, to the point where he's getting ready to defend himself because he thinks he's about to get ganged up on. Whew. Like, that is like, oh gosh, he is brave. Pran, he is very brave, because if I know these group of kids on this trip hate my guts, I would not go. That would have been a great opportunity to get some space between them. And then when Pran gets back, like, be like, hey, look, we really need to talk about this. We need to talk about what's going on between us. But hey, you know, we need a beach episode, and we need them running through the water playing, and we need, I keep getting interrupted. But yeah, I want more of this show. I definitely want to see more. I'm very excited about it. I know I can definitely finish this show. There are shows that I start watching, I'm like, I don't want to finish this. I'm just going to review from here. Same with comics. I'll read them and be like, I'm just going to stop right here and do the review. But this is definitely a really good show, really good everything. I'm very excited to see where the storyline goes, and I'm very excited to see more of Pran and Pat and all they have and all that. So far, I still am waiting for a secondary couple. Like, does this not have any secondary couples? Because that's one of the things I also loved about Sodas. There's so many secondary couples that you're not just inundated with Kongpop's and Artit's storyline over and over again in your face. You get like a little bit of everybody. You get to learn about everyone around them. I still love Pran. I still want her to have her own series. Like, oh my god, she was so cute. They were both so cute. Her and her girlfriend was so cute. I want them to have their own series. I want to watch that. But yeah, like, I love that everyone had their own little storylines going on. Everyone had their own little life, and we kind of get to see at the end of series 2 of Sodas where everyone is heading. Like, whoever has their relationship, they have their own life and they're moved on, and then Oat is the only one who's like, yeah, let's go mess with the juniors, because he's gonna be the one who ends up going on the next school trip, you can tell. But yeah, but Bad Buddy, the series, so good so far. Definitely enjoying it. Definitely think everybody should be watching it. It's so good. And yeah, I cannot wait for next Friday to see episode 7, because this looks fun. Yeah, so it's time for me to take the baby to the doctor's office, which is what I was getting a call for, and where I need a text message for, because I have to check in, COVID restrictions. So it's time to go in. So thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to check out the Linktree. Follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, and also you can check out the merch store to see if there's anything there you like. I really like the timeforbl logo stuff, so check it out, see if there's anything you like, get it, support this podcast if you can. Other ways to support this podcast is to just listen to it. listening helps. If you didn't listen to it. Anyway, and you can also speed it up. I speed up podcasts and listen to them. I realize I like when the talking is faster so we can get through everything as quickly as possible. So yeah. And another way to support the podcast also is in the Linktree link if you'd like to do any support that way as well. Let me know what you'd like to review. Full episodes will be coming in January. Right now, these are just little taste ofs episode with me just reviewing Bad Buddy the series because I love it so much. I'm enjoying it so much that I was like, I will keep putting these out on Tuesdays. So hopefully this comes out on Tuesday as well because I'm not going to be able to edit it, which sucks because so many people were calling and texting during the dang episode. But I will be able to post it at least so you can listen to it. Yay. Thank you guys so much for your time. And next time, I hope to hear you again. Next time, I hope you can hear me again. I guess, I don't know. On the next Time for BL, and hopefully we can make some more time for BL. Have a wonderful day. Bye.